Oh, welcome to In Bed with Julia, where I invite my friends over and we chat and we play music and we have a good time. Most of the time, you know. I apologize for the Instagram live today. If you can't hear us that well, I'm sorry because we couldn't hook our mics up. Had a little technical difficulty this morning. Mercury must be in retrograde. But you will be able to find this on YouTube. If you're like, oh my God, I can't hear them and I wish I could. I'll be uploading this to YouTube at some point, either later today or tomorrow. So my guest with me today, this is Larrin Gerard. Say hello to them.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
There we are.
We're having, it's technical difficulty day, so we're really just rolling with the punches here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Larrin, you're getting back into the music industry, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've never really stepped all the way in. I've kind of kept a foot out, only because, I consider myself more of a writer before, a musician.
Cool,
Yeah,
me too.
So for me, I totally bow down to you, Julia, in the fact of self-promotion, because I'm terrible at it.
I am learning.
You're doing really good. You're doing good.
Thanks.
For me, I've never been good at self-promoting, and that's a really big failing of mine. So recording, also not really good. But
well, you're a great songwriter and you have a great voice and you're really good at guitar. So I'm excited to hear some of your originals today. Right, we're gonna play some originals. We're gonna play a cover like we usually do, and then conversation will organically develop itself.
That's usually
so
how it goes, I guess.
what was your reasoning for getting back into music? Because you've been you're raising a child and you're you've been out of it for a little while, and what was your big
well, for me it's therapy.
Yeah,
and it's kind of so selfish. For me, the music is more about me and less about who I'm playing for.
That's what it's about a lot of times.
Yeah. So, going through nursing school, raising a daughter who's now 4, she's finally old enough where I can get a little bit of time to practice without her being, she's still up my butt. She still is up my butt, but I can occasionally step away and actually get a chance to practice for a little bit. So it was just more about timing of life settling down again a little bit for me and being able to come back to music.
That's great.
And God, I need the therapy. So
it's funny that you say that because I'm working on an album, as a lot of people who've been watching the show or know me, my album is called Radiotherapy. And it's because I'm the same way when it comes to music. It's for me, it's a therapy. And I listen to music because I'm in a certain mood or I'm feeling a certain way. And I, depending on the mood of the music is, kind of reflects how I feel. So the whole album is, there's a song for every mood and the music matches. Not just the lyrics, but the music. It could be hard rock, it could be jazz, it could be country, it could be, So it's therapy.
And I like that too, that you're saying it could be jazz, rock, country, whatever, because that's always been the problem for me songwriting wise. You'll see the songs that I have today are old songs. The things I wrote 10 years ago, and I don't feel like that's me anymore.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm coming back to music too. I'm trying to find my voice.
Yeah. And it doesn't always, for me, I feel like with songwriting, everyone's like, oh, what's your genre? I'm like, I don't know. I write everything. I can write anything. If you want a pop song, I'll write you a pop song. If you want a country song, I'll write you a country song. Because it's just, it's all emotion. So
right.
And you can just twist it and turn it however you want. And,
that's the beauty about music.
Yeah, it's the beauty of music. You don't have to, fuck it. Write whatever the hell you want.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. We cursing too much? I'm I never curse too much.
So what's the first song you want to play? Oh, let me get my bag. I'm playing percussion today because I am hungover. And
I'm hungover too. So
I don't know where my guitar is. Well, I know where it is, but
this is probably gonna be a little bit of a.
Well, that's the fun of this show. Is it's Saturday morning and we're musicians. So either we had a party last night or we were playing last night, partying, and that's how.
That's how you
life goes.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. Gotta be in the moment. All right. So the first one, I don't even know what I called this. I think many years ago I called it The Great Divide, but it's just like a.
What's the key? What key is it in?
I'm not that kind of musician.
I'm not really either. The only I have a C harmonica. So I was like, oh, if it's in C,
Well, it's not really a harmonica song. I will say
Okay.
that. It goes like this. I'll follow along.
Love that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice to harmonize with you. I remember the first time we played together at the Dell.
Oh my god.
Do you remember that? That was
oh
like,
my god,
I think I met
was
you
like,
that day. It was like a weird day.
Was that Dave Benthal's
Sueños.
Program
So
Sueños.
Program Sueños is something that our friend Dave Benthal and Jasmine Sullivan created, and it's to benefit kids in Guatemala, right?
Yep.
And
get them backpacks.
Yeah, get them backpacks and books, and it's all about school. So we played at an event at the Dell Cellars for them, and that's where we met. And I also own your old guitar that you played. I think you played at that.
I did play it at
that gig. And it's
so
an excellent guild. Shout out to Guild Guitars because love Guild Guitars. So that's like
I kind of miss it.
That's my go-to. Well, I should have let you play it today.
No, it's alright. You know, that was my pregnancy guitar. That
Yeah,
was
I know.
my smaller guitar so I could do it with the pregnancy bump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. I love that guitar. It's like the only one I play now.
Oh, really?
I love this one that I have back here, if anyone can see it. But I love that. But it's like, I have to carry an amp with me if I'm going to play that one. And it's like kind of big and I love it. But it's like, it looks like I'm playing my dad's guitar. You know, it's so big.
Yeah, you can just plug in and go.
Our connection is kind of wacky.
No, it's all right.
It's too humid. The internet's kind of whacked. It's not really, you know.
We're both hungover.
We're both hungover. The internet must feel the same way.
Yeah.
But so what else? What else? Do you have any gigs upcoming?
I do actually. My very first one is at Sunny's Grill in downtown Riverhead.
Great. I don't know if I've ever been there.
No, it's a really cool spot. It's this like, it used to be like, I don't know, just a regular diner, but the Sunny's took it over probably 2 years ago right now. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting that wrong, Sunny. Sorry. But food's great, and it's an old diner car, like a real diner car.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Great.
And I don't know if you remember the EastEnder days, but that's how me and my husband met. There was a coffee shop in Riverhead called EastEnders, and they're kind of trying to bring that vibe back with like having live music and
awesome,
and an old diner car theme type of thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's great. I love that. I have to check that out.
That's next
Saturday,
5 to 8.
Next Saturday, which
family
is
friendly,
which is what, the 29th. That's the 29th.
Yes,
29th. From when?
5 to 8.
5 to 8. Okay, that's good. That's a good spot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything planned after that.
Do you have an Instagram or a website that you want people to go to and follow? And
I should get back on that. Right now, you can find me as Long Island Minimalist Mom on Instagram.
At Long Island Minimalist Mom on Instagram.
Long as heck, I know. I'm sorry. In the future, though, I'll be back promoting under just Larrin Gerard, and probably getting an Instagram going again for music.
You have a funny story about your last name. And your husband's last name.
Yes.
So tell us the story of your daughter and your husband and your last names, and it's actually really amazing.
I tell the story all the time, and everybody cracks up about it. But so, when I met my husband, he had a very sexy last name.
Sexy.
Not so sexy last name. I don't know. It's definitely dirty
very
sounding.
Porn star last name.
Porn-like last name. Yeah. So his last name was Cox. And it wasn't C-O-X, it was C-O-C-K-S.
Oh my God! I forgot that part of the story. Oh yes, so not just C-O-X like Courtney Cox. It was
like C-O-C-K-S,
like a porn star,
like porn Cox. Yeah. So funny backstory about that. In my family, we had a horrible last name, so I was familiar with horrible porn star last names because my cousin's last name is Porn. Literally, P-O-R-N. So 2 of my cousins changed.
How do you get a last name like that?
I don't know.
Funny.
So they changed their last name. Now they have different last names. So I was like, hey, why don't you just take my last name? And he was like, wait, I can do that?
Yeah.
And then we were like, yeah, totally. So he took my last name. So we're now the Gerards. Mm-hmm. And thank God we did because Olive.
What's your daughter's name?
Olive. Olive would have never been Olive. If she was Olive Cox.
Olive Cox.
No, that wouldn't have happened. She would have been some other name.
Oh,
Olive wouldn't have fit. Yeah,
that would have been excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, what a horrible.
That would have been horrible.
That would have been what a tragedy.
I mean, hopefully they don't do family trees in school anymore because then that'll come out.
Yeah, that'll come out somewhere. Oh my God! But how hilarious! I love that story. It's too funny.
Yeah.
Larrin and I used to work together at Spirited, so we're both in the wine.
In the wine biz.
In the wine biz. So that was fun. We used to work there together, and I was so happy because you sat there alone a lot. And whenever she would work with me, I'm like, yes, someone to talk to all day. This is great.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, I wasn't really there in the winter though, but I can imagine that was rough.
It was. I watched a lot of Netflix, but you know what? I caught up. And now every time people talk about shows, I'm like, oh yes, I've seen that every season, every episode.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God.
I did a lot of my studying there for nursing school.
Oh yeah, I know. I did a lot of writing there, and you know, promoting.
God bless Jen and Rob.
God bless Jen and Rob, because if it wasn't for them, I'd never be where I am right now, because I would have never had a job that would allow me to do stuff like that.
Yeah, they were really cool about that, and they liked when you played.
Yeah, they enjoyed it, and people would come in. They would see me playing. I never really played for anyone, but like they would walk in, and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" You know, and I'm like, "Oh, writing songs." So what's the next song that you want to do?
I don't know. I think so. I'm terrible. I don't know what all of my old my originals. I tried to remember all of them. So I was thinking we'd probably do two covers.
Okay. Which cover did you want to do?
Well, we're definitely gonna do Country Roads. We said we'd do that.
We'll do that.
Do you want to do that last, or do you want to do that now?
We could do Country Roads now.
Let's do Country Roads now. One of my absolute favorites. Where did I put my capo? Isn't that always the case?
Oh, I know. I always lose my capo.
Somewhere on the bed.
Is it? There it is.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, by the way, I had to go out to the store to buy pajamas.
Oh, you did?
I'm like one of those bad wives that like all they do is like steal their husband's t-shirts and sleep in underwear.
Oh, gee.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's not a bad thing.
You know, so like Derek was like, maybe you should get a robe or something. And I was like, yeah, I should probably do that.
Your husband is too funny. He's so cute.
Yeah, everybody knows Derek.
He is just like so enthusiastic
about life,
about everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what a great quality, though. I mean, I'm sure it can get a lot. As an angsty songwriter, it gets
actually, like sometimes
you're like,
it's like
just be melancholy, will you?
Like, can you just be mad at me, like for once, like, just once? Although when he does get mad, it's scary.
Yeah, that's
because you have to really push him over the edge.
Yeah.
All right, so Country Roads. Ooh, you can do some harmonica. Nice.
I don't know if this is. I don't know if it's the right key. No, probably not. Probably a C.
Country road, take me home to the place. Ride along West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road, take me home to the place. Ride along West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads.
There we go. I knew I'd get it eventually.
Yeah, we got it there.
All right, I find it
I'm
easier
gonna
to harmonize with you than than most people. So
Really?
that's good. Yeah.
We should do this more
I'm
often
not
then.
good at harmonizing. I struggle with it very much. So
I'm a terrible harmonizer.
but you're easy to harmonize with
That's
because your
good.
voice is so,
Low.
you know,
Low.
it's so, yeah, well, it's low, but it's also like,
resonating.
you know, solid, you know, you never waver. You're very like on pitch and like, so it's easy to be like, okay, I can find that note.
Thank you. Yeah, we should do it more often then.
Oh man,
I don't
what time
know.
do we have here?
I don't know.
Oh, we have some time.
You have some time?
So, what's some other stories we can tell? Do you have like a favorite industry story that you?
Favorite industry story.
I
mean, the thing that comes to mind is, you know, like back in the day, like before Instagram, there was Facebook, and I was in college, and I'm still obsessed with Paul Simon.
Yeah.
And I randomly found the members of Ladysmith Black Mambazo on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Do you know who they are?
I'm not sure. Is that his band?
So that's the band that sung on Graceland, and also the band or the people that did the whole Lion King soundtrack.
Funny story. My engineer plays with the bass player.
Oh,
From Paul Simon, from that
nice.
group. Yeah,
Yeah.
His bass player for like 30 years.
Well, Ladysmith Black Mambazo, they're all from Africa, and they do like they did like remember all the Lion King songs? I don't know.
Can you feel
Yes.
the love tonight?
So anyway, I met them. Tulani Shabalala is his name, and I went upstate and I met them. Like I actually met them.
That's amazing.
And they brought me backstage, and I got to play them a song.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, and it was the night they won a Grammy. So I was there when they found out they won a Grammy.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, and I was like, this all happened as a Facebook.
Gotta love Facebook.
Back in the day, yeah, I know.
Gotta love
But
it.
that was like my favorite moment. Well, that and also Dar Williams' Retreat. I told you about that.
Oh, right.
I'm a big fan of folk music, so Dar Williams, I went on one of her first music retreats that she did, and it was really cool. Just workshopping with a bunch of other musicians.
It's so cool when you're in a situation like that, which is why I'm like trying to reach out to people for like collaboration and things like that, because you know, it's just amazing being surrounded by people who are talented songwriters and they want to write and they want to create, and it's just like a very inspiring situation to be in, to kind of have someone critique you in a way that you can like
build upon,
you know, because a lot of people will be like, oh, well this, I'm like, yeah, but you really don't know what you're talking about.
Right. So to talk about musicians,
like, you know, but when you're talking with other songwriters who know, who understand songwriting and like this, you know, it's great because you can actually like, yes, please, like, talk to me about it and tell me, because like I respect, you know, not that I don't respect other people, but like, you know, I respect your input when it comes to my songwriting because you are a songwriter.
Yeah. And for you sold some songs now, right?
I did. Well, sold. Someone borrowed it. I don't really know. You know what I mean? It's
What do you mean?
So the girl, her name is Kara Granger, and I didn't really like get money for it. It was basically like I allowed them to use it.
Okay.
And kind of whatever, and in return for like publishing credit for it.
That's
so,
great, though.
So whether or not it actually, I don't think it's really made me any money. I haven't really seen any money from it, but I did get a cool amp from it because one of the producers is he runs or is the artist relations for Category 5 Amps, which is a custom amp company. And so it was really sweet. He sent me like this awesome, it's kind of like the Fender Blues Junior style. So it's like a tweed kind of looking tube amp, and it sounds really, really great with my Guild back here. It has a really just great sound. So I'm like, hey, that's a win.
Yeah, totally.
Whether or not I see any money from that song, you know, or any calls from people looking for songwriters.
Your music's been streaming a lot.
It's been streaming a lot. Yeah, I have a new song that just was released yesterday. It's called Rock Your Boat. I think I played it with Greg on the show 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
Because I couldn't do it last week because I was, you know, out and about. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so it's doing well. I'm just trying to promote it, and you know what? I use this this service that any musicians out there listening, definitely, you know, perk your ears up. This it's a service called Playlist Push. And really these days, when it comes to streaming music, it's all about the playlist. It's
Right.
all about getting on a playlist, so people are putting it on and they're hearing it,
Right.
and getting your streams up. They're saving it, they're whatever, adding it to their playlist, etc. And so this intermediary company called Playlist Push, it's a little bit expensive, but like if you get added, like that's why some of my songs are like really taking off with streams and etc. It's because they got on a good playlist and people keep listening to them and they're liking it. So obviously the song has to be something people like and hopefully like.
Yeah.
But if you get on a good playlist, it's just that's the way.
That's something I gotta look into.
The way.
After I actually record.
Yeah, if you have a song that you're really trying to promote, playlistpush.com.
I'm gonna check that out.
Definitely look into it. It's a little expensive, but
you think it's worth it?
I think it's worth it. If you think your song is worth it, then it's worth spending the money on it.
I gotta tell Rory about that.
I haven't really seen, like I was talking to Greg earlier, like the monetary return.
Right.
Like I'm still putting out more money than I'm getting back, but
Right.
when people look at my Spotify page, they're like, "Oh, look at all those like people streaming songs. Let me listen." It kind of makes you legit as like an indie artist. It's like to have over 1,000 streams on Spotify. It just kind of makes you look like people are listening to my music, and
absolutely
because they are, and that's it's just a good. Makes me feel good and get like $10-$20 checks from CDB. I'm like, I can go get some lunch.
That's awesome.
But anyway, so Playlist Push. We should tell Rory about it. Tell people about it. I try to tell everyone that I know about it because I think it's a great service.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're buying listeners. It's like you have to be accepted onto a playlist. Like it's not just because you pay for it doesn't guarantee you.
Right.
You get on. You'll get on to like one or two, but like.
Right.
So.
Well, the focus this year is writing new material for me and finding the voice, and then hopefully by this time next year having actual songs that are recorded.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's good.
In the meantime, I do my, cover gigs.
Yeah, we all
do the cover gigs.
We all do the cover gigs. I actually have 2 today. I'll be at Bridge Lane.
Oh, nice.
Bridge Lane Tasting Room, actually 12 to 3. So we're gonna wrap us up here soon. And then I'll be at Touch of Venice tonight from 6:30 to 9:30.
Oh, I love that place.
Yeah, I love playing there. It's one of my favorites.
Just the garden and just the atmosphere. It's my favorite.
So that's exciting. But let's see. Do we have one more song we can?
We can do a cover. I was thinking either "Lost in My Mind." Had you know that one?
Mm-mm.
We could do our old standby.
Oh. Do you know Angel from Montgomery?
Of course I do.
Let's do that one.
All right, that's the only one I know by heart too.
Okay, me too.
Okay. No, you know more by heart.
Oh, cover songs? Not really.
Okay.
I maybe know like "Stand By Me" by heart. That's like the only other song I can play.
I love that the two of us only know like Angel from Montgomery.
I know. I don't know. I know. That's
of all the songs.
When I started playing,
Mm-hmm.
I started writing my own music. I never started playing cover songs until like a couple years ago. So
That's
people
awesome.
were like, "Oh, what songs?" I'm like, "I only know my originals." And they're like, "Really?" And
I
I'm
used
like,
to do that too.
"Yeah."
That's how I started
all
too.
know. Yeah, and that's all I know because I'm a songwriter.
And you're a
like,
self-taught guitar player, right?
Yeah, self-taught guitar and so yeah. But now I just started learning covers. That was the first one I learned. I think that's why I know it.
Awesome. All right, so we'll do that one.
Great.
Did we sing this once at Spirited? I think we did.
Maybe.
Fun. All right.
Woman, and death to my mother, my own
tuning in and listening, and follow Larrin on Spotify. Follow Larrin on Instagram. Long Island Minimalist Mom. Keep up with what she's doing in the music industry. She'll, I'm sure, be expanding her pages and her gigs. Again, what's your gig Saturday?
June 29th. At Sunny's in Riverhead.
Sunny's in Riverhead.
5 to 8.
5 to 8. I'll be at Bridge Lane today, 12 to 3, and Touch of Venice, 6:30 to 9:30. Great. Thank you for joining me. This was so much fun. I loved harmonizing with you. This is excellent. And tune in. Actually, next week, unfortunately, I am super busy this time of year, but maybe I will go live at my gig at the North Fork Roasting Company next Saturday.
Nice.
Next Saturday morning. So me and Greg, who was with me 2 weeks ago, he's my dude, my producer, my guitar player. He'll be with me. So maybe we'll just go live there.
That'd be fun.
We won't be in bed, but we'll be drinking coffee.
Yeah.
So
have breakfast.
Everyone have a great weekend, and cheers.
Cheers.